Joseph is in Seattle. Hi, Joseph. Welcome to the Ramsey Show.
Hey, Dave. Appreciate you taking my call today.
Sure. What's up?
Well, I'm finishing off the baby steps and super excited to start building wealth. I would love to get into real estate investing, but I have no experience with real estate investing. I'm wondering if it would make more sense for me at this point, rather than directly investing in real estate, to invest in some high dividend REITs that would be paying like 10, 11% dividends, or to get deeper into actual physical real estate.
Either one's fine. I mean, the REITs in the old days underperformed growth stock mutual funds. These days, there's plenty of REITs that are performing as well. And like you said, 10, 11, 12% is not unusual on a REIT, especially in a market where real estate's doing what it's doing. REIT, for those of you who don't know, is a real estate investment trust. It's basically a mutual fund for real estate is how it functions. And so, and that way you can put in, a few $1,000s versus needing $50,000 or $100,000 to be in the real estate world. So what do you make?
I make about $550 a year.
Whoa! What do you do for a living?
I'm an economist.
Good for you. Good for you. It's working out for you. I'm proud of you. Well done.
It's been great. Thank you. Appreciate it. Love what I do.
Your debt-free house and everything then? You said you finished the baby steps?
Yeah. So, we're just actually just got a pretty good change in my comp structure this last year, and so that puts us in range of finishing the baby steps in the next couple of years. So.
Okay.
So thinking forward to the next steps for us.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, so, when you're out of debt with your home and you make $550 a year, you ought to be able to save up a couple $100,000 pretty quick.
Yeah. I mean, it works, but again, I mean, I don't have the experience with taking care of real estate, dealing with the property management, and I know there's a lot of understanding of markets that has to go into finding the right locations, and there's a lot of learning to go into there. And as much as I love learning, I also want to, get that real estate investment going.
Yeah. Well, I think what you're identifying is some holes in your knowledge, some knowledge gap, and you fill in that knowledge gap before you start dropping a couple $100,000 on something. So probably would start with some REITs and then just go, okay, I'm going to go learn 3 neighborhoods this year or 3 areas of Seattle. If you're thinking about residential, I'm going to start talking to and interviewing property managers, learn how this works. I'm going to learn talk to some people that have property and start looking at best practices on landlording and start, reading some books on the subject and, start filling in your knowledge gap. If you really want to put money in it, you need to know more, and that will lower the fear that we hear in your voice right now.
Yeah, and when it comes to this, obviously we want you to have a paid-for house, which you should be able to do fairly quickly, and then I want you to be paying cash. And I know that's going to move a lot slower than the courses you hear about out there from real estate gurus, but Dave, after going bankrupt, you started building back your real estate portfolio in cash, and the amount of financial peace that gives you and return that gives you is absolutely incredible. Well,
my rates of return are ridiculous. I don't have any debt, and so the real estate makes money like crazy when you buy it that way. It's a little slower to get started. It's not get rich quick. But the guys that are doing the nothing down real estate and that are screaming and yelling about, debt is, people who tell people cash is horrible, don't be in the cash business. They're having a fit out there, flopping around on the floor, foaming at the mouth and carrying on. The guys that are doing that stuff, basically, if you follow that, I defy you to find someone that 10 years later is not broke. When you do nothing down real estate, I was in a nothing down real estate club. 100% of the people that were in that club are no longer in real estate, or they paid it off and got out of the nothing down world.
Yeah.
I'm going to use debt. Debt is my friend. Debt is my friend. Debt is my friend. Dave Ramsey and the Ramsey people are crazy. Well, that's because you're selling a course on nothing down real estate, a get rich quick crap. And it's not going to get rich quick. It's get rich. You'll get rich. I got rich. I had $1 million net worth at 25 years old, 26 years old, made $200,000, but I lost it all because of debt. And because I was following these guys that are running around on the internet today screaming. They're not on the internet in those days, but they were in hotel ballrooms, So, the guy that wrote the book Nothing Down, Robert Allen, went chapter 11. Okay, oof. I mean, so this just tells you, and not mad at Robert. He believed that stuff, yeah. But it's just So you have to decide which of these paths you're going to follow, and I defy you to find someone that has followed the get rich quick, nothing down real estate, the cash is bad idea, that if that those guys, if I defy you to find someone that's followed that strategy and 20 years later still owns a bunch of real estate. They just don't.
There's a correlation between you getting rich slow and then keeping that wealth, and you getting rich quick and then losing it all.
Exactly. And if someone has to flop around and foam at the mouth to get you to do their stuff, then
run the other way.
Thou doth protest too loudly, young man.
That's some Shakespeare right there.
Seriously.